We doing numbers.
Back now on EA Sports as we welcome you to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. We're just about set for a kickoff as we resume action in the second quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Montez Sweat with a tackle. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Hurts to throw. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devon. And it's a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is confirmed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Okay,
this offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
On 2nd and inches, Heineke. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Off the play fake, Heineke. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We begin with something never said before in NFL history. Let's start out in Germany. That's right, Munich, the site for the early tilt between Seattle and Tampa Bay, where it was the Seahawks acting as the visitors who were able to come away with that victory. Geno Smith, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Derek Carr, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Marcus Mariota, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Come on.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Hurts. And Incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Hurts will throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion.